Meanwhile, of course, Real Madrid in action tomorrow, their first game of the year, Alex. And speaking ahead of that, Carlo Ancelotti was inevitably asked, not what about Mbappe, where he just said, shut up, I'm not talking about it. But he was also asked about what was going to happen. At this moment, we aren't considering signing another centre-back. We're lacking important players, but we have another two who we believe in, Nacho and Rudiger, and two others who can play there, Tchouaméni and Carvajal. So right now, we aren't considering a signing. But what? Just sign someone, Alex. What are they doing?
Well, Real Madrid don't like acting like that. They don't like kind of going against the plan. They don't like panicking or hurrying or kind of emergency signings. They only do when it's absolutely necessary, like when they brought in Kepa in the summer. So they think, look, like I said, we've got Nacho. Nacho's a very good player. We've got Rudiger having probably the best season of his Real Madrid career to date, in brilliant form, Rudiger. And they're going to muddle through. If they have to, they've got Tchouaméni who can come in and do a job. Eder Militao should be back from his ACL tear maybe towards the end of March. Now, that's a while away, but enough perhaps to contribute at least until the end of the season. Of course, Alaba's going to be out until next season. But it's difficult in January, like the right sort of player that you might want isn't necessarily available. You don't want to make a kind of an impulse buy that you end up regretting, committing yourself to a player that you don't necessarily want. So I think they'd rather, and this is more the club maybe than Ancelotti, I think Ancelotti would have quite liked to bring a player in. But the club are saying, no, look, let's stick with what we've got, let's stick with plan A, and let's get through it. And let's hope that Rudiger and Nacho stay fit at least until Militao's back.
Right, Steve, let's talk very quickly as well, so that it doesn't look like Alex Kirkland's internet is bad, and it's just that everybody's talking fast today, and I think that'll be fine. The problem is, surely, is that you are really down to the bare bones. You're fighting for the Champions League as well, and La Liga, so what are you going to do?
Well, if you're Real Madrid, it's really... it doesn't make any sense. So you're going to gamble the Champions League and La Liga because you don't want to go and get some cover? That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. None.
The only way this makes sense to me is that Real Madrid are preparing some kind of a war chest for Kylian Mbappé and feel that bringing in somebody kind of eats away at that, anticipating what it'll cost both in transfer fee and in salary. That's the only thing that makes any kind of sense to me. And what we've seen over the years, Carlo Ancelotti, more than anybody else, has been able to manage Real Madrid, the machine that is Real, in terms of singing from the same song sheet, doing what needs to be done, passing on those messages from the boardroom. But at the same time, as incredible a man manager as he is, somehow gets the best of players, not playing in their natural positions, and takes, whether he plugs Carvajal or Tchouaméni in as centre-back, somehow you sit here and just feel he's going to get it right again.
They don't win the Champions League doing that.
Well, no.
They might win the Liga,
right.
That's because you're right now, it seems like Girona's your toughest opponent, who we all think is going to fall away. So you might win the Liga, but Real Madrid's not about that, are they? They absolutely are about Champions League. So they're going to gamble not competing properly in the Champions League because they want to get a war chest. That makes no sense to me.
Go on, Frank.
I'm sorry, but for the first time of the year, I'm going to disagree with Stevie, and I really think that's a clever decision. You know what you have. He knows the dressing room. You know how the dressing works. He knows that Nacho, Rudiger, or maybe Carvajal or Tchouaméni can play. So when there are 4 players in the Champions League, those players can be effective as well and the job. And he knows that the players are going to come back, and so he's going to have a problem later on if he gets a new player in, because he will be stuck with one player too many, and that's the problem that he will face later. And I think it's why he's preventing himself to face. He knows what he has. He knows that it might be enough. Yeah, of course, he's not sure, 100% sure, but he thinks that it's going to be enough to cope with the Champions League and the La Liga, and doesn't want to jeopardize any spirit, but also competition into the group that will create maybe some issues to him and to Real Madrid overall.
See, here's the thing. The theory is good. What Frank said there, in theory, makes sense. Unfortunately, if Real Madrid are playing against Man City in the knockout rounds, and you look at the team sheet and you look at Erling Haaland up front against Carvajal, I think you're thinking a different thing completely. That's kind of my point.
The challenge for that, though, Stevie, is who do you bring in January? Real Madrid are linked with Varane, Thiago Silva. Are those?
Well, to be fair, only Stevie's linked to Thiago Silva.
I'm just saying. But are those the players that win? Are those the centre backs that win in the Champions League?
Right.
I'm not sure you get a centre back to turn you into Champions League winners in January.
Again, I understand the argument. I'm not saying that you just go and buy a squarehead. You know, But if you use your brains and you can get an experienced guy like Thiago Silva, where you can put him in the Champions League, he doesn't have to play in La Liga. You can get away with Tchouaméni or Carvajal, whoever it is. That's my point. Listen, if you can't get anybody who's got the experience or who can fit the bill, then fine.
The bombshell signing of Kylian Mbappé by Real Madrid. We are facing a change that promises to redefine the course of world football. Now, I want to dive headfirst into your opinions. As fervent fans, what do you really think of this epic transfer? Do you believe that Mbappé's magic will shine even brighter at the Santiago Bernabeu? Share your perspectives in the comments below. I want to know everything. Your expectations, predictions for the season, and even who you think will be the ideal partner for Mbappé in the Merengues attack. Let's turn this space into a true meeting point for sports enthusiasts. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to not miss any details of future analyses, interviews, and updates from the world of football. Activate the notification bell to stay informed about all the news. We are together in this thrilling journey. Until the next video, guys.
Yeah.